everyone, and welcome back to the Proving Grounds Pod, your one-stop shop for all things Proving Grounds. My name is Sam Smacks Hyde. I'm joined by my constant co-host, Cubby, Matt Cubby Samuelson, if you will. And today, we have with us a very special guest that we've been postponing for what feels like an entire year at this point.
Literally an entire tournament.
It's happening. We have Shoryu with us, officially. The 80 carry player for Evil Genius's Academy. Shoryu, welcome. Welcome to the show.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. This podcast got delayed a bit, but I'm more than happy to do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, I think all three of us have had different reasons to delay it at this point. But we're actually doing it today, which is awesome. Because it's been far too long since we've gotten the chance to talk to you. It was back on the Challengers chat room.
In a while, yeah. Holy shit. Challenger Uprising, right?
Yeah. We got 15 minutes with you and Winter at the same time. And now you get your,
I remember that.
Your full episode.
Yeah, it was fun. Holy shit. Well, I'm excited. I saw Winter's, so I'm excited to do one of these.
Yeah, the Winter one was pretty fun. That was a good 2 months ago now. But lots happened since then.
So many games,
so many games. Proving Grounds has been a wild ride, that's for sure. And we even today got a look at the Arena of Legends, which is a name that I constantly am forgetting and have to look up because it sounds very similar to the game that we're playing, which is League of Legends. But it's been fun. We got to see on the stream at least for the Academy teams, and then you guys were in the group that was off stream yesterday, but you won, so you'll be on the stream for tomorrow.
Let's go. Oh, is that how it works? So we're 100% on stream tomorrow?
Yep.
Gotcha. Nice. I'm happy to have another good shot, right? Let's go.
That's the goal. I have minimal idea of what exactly is going on tomorrow. I watched all the games. I prepped for it. We're gonna be good to go. But I'm I don't know who plays when. So I think it's kind of fun, leaving it as a surprise. You show up, I get to see some Shoryu games. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I think we play Fly at 3. So
that sounds about right. Because the other game would be 100 versus
Dig.
Yeah, Dig.
Yep.
And that one's the later one. So yeah. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
And I think I'm on the desk for that one. So I'm not casting, but still there.
I know for you, Shoryu, the fact that you kind of you go from playing in Giant Slayer, now you're playing in Northern Arena. This tournament popped up really last second, but I know coming in, you kind of said it feels like your season's finally getting started. You played more games in the last 2 days than you did for all of Academy. Yeah, it was 8 games in the last 2 days versus the 9 games you played in Academy. For you, what's it like now, getting more into the groove of things?
I feel really warmed up finally. I think I don't know. Every game in regular season just felt off, and it felt, especially being remote, because I'm someone that does really well with seeing my teammates in person and having emotional connections with my teammates. So not having that at all, and then or at the start at least, and then just playing from home, and it felt like the season didn't really start yet at a lot of points, but I finally feel I'm really warmed up. I'm in my groove. I feel like I'm in the rhythm a lot of the games, and I feel really engaged, and just feel like I'm ramping up, and soon I'll be as good as I think I can. But it feels so good to play more games. Man, it this last week has felt so good. Just being in stressful scenarios with 5 players, and I don't know. Honestly, best of series, I feel like it makes you improve a lot as a team, and just having 9 VO1s is the biggest fucking joke for regular season. I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me, and
yeah.
I mean, we're finally showing that we're a pretty strong team, right? We got some good players, so I'm glad that this tournament format's doing us a lot of service, I think. So.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, we've talked to a number of people who have just been why did we only play 9 games? And then we look over at amateur and they're playing 50. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, it's been unanimous. Everyone that we've talked to, especially the ones that played in Academy and now are playing in amateur, Tuesday, He's like, it's more fun. Like we're playing more games. Like it's tournaments. Like it's like more pressure for us to like actually play for something. Whereas like it doesn't feel good when you prep an entire week to play 2 best of 1s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially like I'm okay with like regular season and 2 games a week if the season's longer and it feels there's a lot more time to ramp up and like feel just improve as a team, I guess. But there's not that either, right? So we're kind of just like playing 4 weeks and then your performance kind of matters in like the short midterm a lot. And it's like, wait, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't have 9 weeks to improve as a team. I don't know. It just felt so short and sudden. But I mean, I'm glad my guys are adapting really well, and yeah, we're just fucking playing good. So
yeah. I mean, even LCS is playing like a ton of games a week. Like they have 3 regular season, and then they got the lock-in tournament too, and now
yeah. They have a ton more games too. It just doesn't make sense. But I mean, I figured like it's the first year of like doing this proving ground stuff and like taking a step in the right direction. So I'm not surprised like Riot slipped up and maybe didn't see some of these things as potential problems. But yeah, no way going into next split they don't fix a shit, right? Like that's just crazy to me. No fucking way.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about like some like the minor changes like we'd want to make, like especially like for you guys, like that one's harder. Like I have amateur figured out. Like my things for amateur, it's like we had 6 tournaments. Let's make that 4. There were no breaks in between tournaments, like a week-long break for those teams to be great. And we were forced to compete with like LCS on broadcast days. So like they need bigger windows to like run those tournaments, right?
Yeah.
I'm curious, like if you were given control of like Academy and like that schedule, and like it still led to Proving Grounds, which it seems like they're really buying into, and what I think is like really healthy for the scene. Like what would you want to do like as a player and someone like that's been competing in both, right? Like what do you want Academy to look like?
I'm down for regular season and for it to be like only the 10 teams, but I really want a longer structure. So like maybe 9 weeks of regular season, or maybe even less than 9, but like BO3s or something, just to actually know where like how good the teams are. You know what I mean? We have like no sample size, no weeks to practice. Is that really like indicative of like who's strong? Like the Academy like list? I feel like it really isn't. I feel like there were like it was only 4 weeks. It was barely any games. The power ranking now is completely different from at the start or from the end of regular season. Like I really would want Academy to have more time to play together, just to kind of see how teams mesh, see who the strong teams are, and then the bottom Academy teams for sure should fight for their life at Proving Grounds, no doubt. Like I really like this format of amateur teams being able to just like take our spot, right? If we're not playing good and these guys are playing better, then they should definitely have that ability, right, to challenge us. So yeah, looking forward, I'd for sure change that. I'd just have more regular season in Academy, and then I'd still do the same thing, but maybe I'll still do the same thing for like the tier 1s and stuff. Just maybe more regular season. Honestly, it sounds just so crazy, all this stuff.
Yeah, I definitely agree that like the strength of the teams is like completely unknown to anyone who's like spectating and doesn't know what's going on in scrims and everything. And that today was made like super apparent, where on the stream today I literally went into the games. We had FlyQuest Immortals, and then we had Dig TSM, all Academy teams, of course. And I was like, I have no idea who is even like the best of these 4 teams, let alone who's going to win these games. Like I'm just gonna cast some League of Legends. I'm just gonna figure it out. Like it also felt like they were like very similar too. So I don't really know. Like I don't know. Today was really weird, at least for the on stream games. It feels
me
like
too. Like I didn't know how like strong some of the teams were either, because going into this tier 1, like a lot of the days we kind of like finding scrims is kind of weird, especially during the like when we're playing in tournament. So we kind of had to scrim a lot more amateur teams. Like it was just kind of hard to book Academy, right? Especially when we're mid tournament. So we're scrimming like some of these amateur teams, and I'm thinking like I haven't scrimmed an Academy team in a while. Like I actually don't even know how good these guys are. You know what I mean? So playing in the games today again just made me show like, holy crap, like I still have to compete against these guys, these Academy teams, but I haven't seen like 6 of the teams play in like 4 weeks or 3 weeks or so. Like it's just so insane to me, like
tell me about it.
How good are these guys? Like I genuinely didn't know, going to play TL. Like I haven't seen these guys play in a while. I haven't scrim versus them in a while. Like who knows? Maybe they're dog shit, maybe they're the best. You know, like it's just. But I felt like that with every team, like watching this tournament too, right? So, yeah, I mean, there just needs to be more games. Like we got to be more active. I feel like there's so much inactivity this season for academy teams, especially the good ones. What happens if I'm C9 or TL? I get first place regular season. I won't play for God knows how long. Like if they didn't make this Arena of Legends thing, like completely randomly, these guys would never play. Like these guys would never play until next. Like it's so crazy actually.
Like April is the next time.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. Like I don't know how are they supposed to gel as like 5 and really feel good in a series when like their first series they're playing is like after like 2 months or like a month and a half. Like come on, like I don't know, just crazy.
Well, we still don't get to see Cloud9. Those guys are gone.
Did they dip? Like, was it their like what the fuck happened? Like,
I don't know if we should get into it, but basically those are the ones that put on the tournament to begin with, and then they backed out at the last second.
oh,
Like,
they wow.
Yeah, we were going through the graphics of the tournament, and they still had a bunch of Cloud9 stuff ready, and I was just like, those guys aren't even in the tournament, guys. They backed out.
I was brought into the tournament midnight Eastern yesterday,
Last night.
less than 24 hours ago. Yeah, I was asked to.
Honestly, until last night, I didn't even know I was playing today. Like literally, until like before our series, we're like, yo, by the way, you're playing tomorrow. Like we're playing another series. What the fuck? I thought I had 2 off days after this. I was fucking told 2 off days. It was so random actually.
We just played a grueling best of 5. We gotta play more. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, man, thank God we won today. It makes yesterday feel a lot less worse.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So like going off that, like obviously, so EG, you guys took 10th in the regular season where it was 9 best of ones. Where you guys didn't get Mystiques until week 2nd to last week, 3rd to last week.
Yeah.
So like for you, like now running through like Giant Slayer, and like also having that off time to like really get with Mystiques, like how has that helped like you and the team? Like where do you guys feel like you're at now as you go back up against these teams that you haven't played in a while, after taking 10th in the regular season?
I feel like we can beat anyone. Like watching my like playing scrims in the last few weeks has felt a lot better. I feel like we're just all these BO3s and you know the BO5 really gave us a lot more, I guess, experience as 5, and my team is really good. Like I'm playing really well and I feel really confident and I'm gonna keep having good showings. But yeah, my team is really good. I think me and Mystiques are really gelling. We're playing a lot better in lane, and yeah, I mean we're just playing pretty good. And my mid laner is legit so good. Jojo, like.
Yeah,
he has times where I'm like, wow, this kid is gonna be so fucking good in a few years. Like, it's so unbelievable to me. So, and also the rest of my team is just insane too. So, yeah, I think we're really strong. I really think we're like a top 3 team, and if we just keep going on this trajectory, I really don't know how good we could be by the end of the year. Like, I'm genuinely like, this is the first time I've had a team where I'm like, wow, I actually don't know how good we'll be as 5. Like, I really have a lot of faith in our team.
Did he play his Rise today?
Yeah, he played Rise game, I think. Yeah, played Rise game. The last game, I think, played Rise.
He's pretty good at it.
He's
this
really
guy's so
good.
Good. Yeah, he's so good at split pushers. It's crazy. This guy is unreal.
Oh, he played Lucian too. Oh, that's sick.
Lucian's a beast.
Wait, you went 15-2 in this game? Shoryu.
Yeah.
I was a little fed this game, yeah.
Oh my god.
Shoryu. I was a little fed. We're just like
10-1.
They're off-stream games for this, so we're you can tell Smax is scrolling through the match report section.
I am.
Yeah.
Wait, you smurfed these games?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Game, by the way, the first game I hit tab at one point in the game. It was 19-1. I was like, holy shit, man.
Oh, I see this.
19-1.
Armeo is 10-0 on Hecarim.
19-1. I've never hit tab and been like, wow. Game 2. I guess it's starting. Holy shit. But.
I mean, to be fair, you guys did have that game 2 you guys had yesterday. It was a tragic best of 5, but game 2 you were up like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so crazy to me. That the second game happens, it's 2-0, and we lose that series. That's like that's so unbelievable to me. Like I still can't believe it. Actually, we actually lost this series. Like I'm still like in disbelief. I still don't believe that happened. Like no, like slap me 3 times. No fucking way this happened. I lost this series. I actually lost the series.
Yeah, GG.
This is a bad thing to bring up, but did you see the Reddit comment? about
Oh,
it.
I don't click that shit, man. I learned early in my career. Fuck that.
Oh,
Okay.
this is actually, this should be read because this is historically one of the worst takes I've ever seen.
Are you sure we should read this?
Like, okay, I'm usually not ever a fan of someone that is like staff for an LCS team, like opening up a response with like, "What in the world are you talking about?" But this was fully warranted from Peter Dunn. This is the wackiest statement I think I've ever heard. As Smacks, you can continue asking your questions while I dig this up.
I can read it right now. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, because I kept
Okay.
I would literally like was sitting in a chat thinking of like a joke to make with this like copy pasta about like, you know, like casting. I was like, oh, like if we like mess up casting, like do we not get to eat? Boy, I couldn't like think about it because like it involves
Oh
eating.
wait, no, I think I saw something on Twitter. Alorm
Yeah,
tweeted something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
it was exactly
Alorum
what
tweeted
said.
it.
Oh
It was
my
in
god, that was
post-match
so
chat.
good actually. Yeah. I didn't
Here,
even know. I was
let me-
reading that. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy like? What is he talking
Dude,
about?
no.
And it was a Reddit thread. I'm like, oh my god, someone actually says this, like unironically. That's
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
crazy.
It's
Actually, like,
nuts.
oh man.
I'll
Some people-
I'll read it out for people who haven't heard this. Here it is. If
This is-
I was in charge of Evil Genius team, these players would not be paid for at least a month after that disgrace. You cannot tell me that these professionals
man.
deserve to cash a paycheck for that performance. Eating the scraps from the main roster plates is too good for these players. Certainly the Koreans know how you should treat these performances, and we need to bring that attitude to NA.
This is the culture gap, guys. It's starving players.
Oh God!
Someone actually recommended that.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I think like that's a human on the other side of the screen. You're like,
It
that's,
is.
someone typed that. That's crazy to me.
It's
Yes,
not even a bot.
Someone actually took
That's an
the time
actual
to type
person.
that.
Like there's a human out there that typed that. That's
Someone
impressive,
typed
huh?
that, read it over, and said, "Yep, this seems good to
yeah,
send."
this is good. And just fucking clicks the button like, holy shit. How do you hit enter? It's so crazy. Unbelievable. Pretty good though.
Oh man.
Holy shit.
Like,
Yeah.
like I said, I've been like tossing around like ideas like how do I make this a joke like as a caster, but like the
Yeah,
fact that it involves like eating, I'm like, oh, like I don't know if I can do that. It's like, yeah. Anyway,
Actually,
that was
so-
wild. Peter Dunn got in there with the proper response, but yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Oh, did he? I saw Greg's response was so fucking good actually.
Yeah, no,
Like
like yeah, there's like a pretty good response. It was like, yeah, like let's we probably should do that, but anyway, yeah, I know like getting into like that best of 5, like obviously you guys did drop for Giant Slayer though, like to get there you guys went through Barrage, COGA, and EGP, which is actually not the
Yep.
easiest track in the world.
Yep.
And obviously Golden Guardians, they ended up making the epic run back, the true Live Evil strategy where they lose 2-0 to EGP in the first round and make
too
the
good, man.
losers
What can I
bracket
say?
run for the entire way and reverse sweep you.
They're just too good. They're just too talented. It's crazy.
Yeah. What
It was a
what
pretty-
happened?
pretty
What
sick
happened
run
for you
from
guys
them.
though? Like in those like last 3 games.
Well, the Nexus. I don't know actually. I'm not sure, man. Like, I'm not sure how we lost either. I'm gonna be honest.
Shoryu
Like,
and EG just they had a blackout.
yeah, what happened? What was the first game? Oh yeah, okay.
They played
I don't know, I
Hecarim
don't know.
TF in game 3, and Rosethorn was like 2-0-1 very very early.
Yeah. I just remember TF just kept killing us. So
Yes.
I think we banned TF, but I think it was a little too late. Honestly, I think we lost a lot of focus. Like the 4th and 5th game. Yeah, or the 3rd and 4th game, I really think we lost so much fucking focus. Just the comms felt so not energetic. Like our comms are really hyphy. Like when we're playing good, we're all really communicative. We're talking about our windows. We're just having a lot of discussion in game. Like me and Jojo will talk. Me and just people will talk, right? Like amongst each other, decide what the best play is. And the 3rd and 4th game, it felt like completely absent. And then the 5th game, it felt like we were focusing a lot more. But I mean, yeah, if they win, they win the series. So it's a little too late to be serious, right? But I think that I'm kind of grateful though that we lost kind of, because I think going forward we're all 5 never gonna fucking mess around and not take the game fucking really seriously,
Yeah.
especially going into PG. Like maybe this loss prevents a future one, right? So at least that's the way I try to internalize things or rationalize things. But I mean, yeah, it fucking sucks. No way we should lose this game, by the way. No way we should lose the series, but thank God the stakes were quite low, right? There's just some prize money and that's about it.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll end up listening later and get kicked out of PG if that then doesn't happen, right? So
Yeah.
that's
Loses improve. And you got 3 nice helpings of that. So
yeah, sure. Right
But,
back to back. In
yeah,
reverse
and then
after-
immediately
yeah, holy fuck. I can't imagine like being reverse swept from home fucking sucked. I can't imagine like on stage at Worlds or some shit. You know, how does Reckless live with himself actually? Oh my god, you know. Like imagine being on stage and being Reckless and then losing those last 3 games. Like I felt like shit just sitting in my room. I can't imagine what that guy felt, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's life.
Well,
But then
you didn't feel
you gave Team Liquid Academy that same dish today.
Oh, that felt good. My old org too, so it felt
Yeah.
That's right.
you know,
Yeah.
just a little better too. But yeah, some good games today. I think everyone was really vocal and talkative, and we all really want to win. Especially the first loss, we literally dramatically just started playing better. So
I'm really. Is there a way that I can watch that? By the way, is there like any?
I don't think there were streams, so I just had my POV. Like I had my like VODs or
Yeah,
whatever, I send you that if you want, but
I was talking with like one of the orgs that were trying to get their academy like stream on broadcast, and they didn't have time to flip it around.
yeah, I can
wait,
send my
like-
POV if you guys want, but
Yeah, I mean, like it just like it's so tough because like this was all very last second, right? So
yeah.
yeah, but
It's cool that it's happening though. Like it is very last minute and rushed, and like we're still kind of unsure like what's going on. But even if like the game quality is just scrims too, like it's just good that there's like a public checkup on like how the academy teams are doing. I think because it's been so long since we've even like seen the games. I think it was like the second week of February. That was the last academy regular
Jesus.
season thing, and then
Yeah.
we're over a month later. Finally, we're
And,
watching
we-
more.
Like yeah, it's crazy to think like we still haven't seen C9 either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's just so
Yep.
crazy to me. But it is what it is. What can you do?
The last
honestly,
thing we
like-
saw of C9 was them playing Vayne top lane and dying.
Oh,
to
I watched that
Meteor
game.
5
Yeah, he
times.
fed his ass off, right? Yeah, I saw that game. Yeah, I remember that. They were like
tried.
they were versus TF or something, right? Like the poor Vayne has to play versus like some crazy shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this guy? How do you play Vayne this game? It's so crazy. Like
Yeah,
brutal.
that was a bad game.
Yeah, I remember that. That was
It padded NXI stats, that's for sure.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're just not as cool as Viper, man. What can I say? Only one guy can play
Something
Vayne
like
top.
that.
Wait, he still plays that in amateur, right? Like Vayne.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, he played that a lot. Like he played Callista top, he played Tristana
Mhm.
top.
Holy shit. It's
and-
fucking it's PTSD, man. Oh man. Yo, Ryu, you wanna flex Vayne? Yo, Ryu, you wanna flex Lucian? Yo, Ryu, just flexing every fucking
Yep,
AD
he
actually
played
top.
Lucian too.
Yep, I heard that one before.
And then Anda,
And then the best thing is it comes 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I'm like, I'm feeling pretty strong. Got my first item. I just hear, yo, can I take red? Yo, I'll kill this guy inside. And just, can I please take red? I'm like, yes, of course, Viper. Well, that's all I heard for an entire year, by the way. And just, yes, Viper. Take my red buff. Take my Gromp. Take everything. Viper, just take it all. But honestly, he carried me, so I can't even be mad. You know what I mean? Like,
He is very good, yeah. Also-
like that's the beauty of Viper. Like, you can't get mad at him for playing selfishly because he'll just carry your ass. Like, it legit doesn't matter. Like, just shut the like. I don't know. I don't know how this guy doesn't succeed on teams. Just fucking give him everything. Just listen to what this guy needs, and you'll probably win the game. Like, it's a pretty good chance. And if you don't, he'll probably learn and carry you next time. So it's like, yeah, playing with Viper is the best shit in the world, actually.
Well, no orgs,
So-
they won a lot, so
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. No, they have all good players. Like in every role, they're pretty strong.
Yeah.
Especially topside. Holy shit.
yeah, him and Anda are
Yeah,
they
him and Onda are too good.
yeah
Onda's too good, actually.
they were
Mhm.
wrecking the vast majority of teams in amateur with the top
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
He was like playing stuff like Nidalee Elise too. So like when
Oh,
they
man.
play, yeah, like they were like and Five Fire was just like picking like Zoe TF and like leaving lane, and it was
Yeah.
literally just the Viper show. Every single second red buff spawn was invaded. They were
Yeah,
pressuring
Nidalee
like
Elise
pre
is just the
pre six.
classic Viper champs. Just lock
Yep.
Nidalee Elise. I'll combo your champ and we'll just fucking kill top, dive top level 3 every game probably.
Yep.
That's all I did. I just remember level 3, the enemy. I just remember for a whole year, I had to defend the dive bot, and they had to defend the dive top. Just every game level 3, every fucking game actually level 3. And their top would always die, by the way. It wouldn't matter like how bot's going. Nothing would matter. It was literally their top is dead. If I don't die, it's pretty good here. I probably win. Like that's literally just my thought process every game. You know, like playing with this guy was.
Sure,
I've never just played with someone like this in my life. Like it's so crazy. Actually.
sure. He's like, can I just arcane shift in just once? No.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah,
I could do
defend
it
the
for
die.
fun, and then maybe his life's a little harder. He has to carry me for another 5 minutes, but it wouldn't matter. You know, like I'd still win. Like It was so crazy, actually. It was actually so crazy.
Oh, it's really
That
funny.
team is pretty similar to what you're describing. No,
Yeah. You just pick Ezreal with your AD,
similar,
and the Viper's your champ for his AD carries probably.
Value has played a lot of Senna and Seraphine and
Yeah,
Ezreal.
all the weak side stuff, right?
Yep. He's still looking pretty good though. That whole team is looking very good.
Yeah, but he's not bad. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I always thought he was pretty good, even when I played versus him in amateur. Like,
Yep.
out of all the ADs, he was definitely the least pushover when I played versus him. So, like, he fought. Yeah, man, he's not a bad player.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you did just beat the other one pretty bad today in Yan. So.
Yeah. We owned him. Felt good.
Speaking of your former teammates, so there's you, there's Winter who's on Barrage, and there's Fire on Nowhere who we were just talking about. You guys are all the defending champions. I guess it's called something different, but it's basically the same with Scouting Grounds and Proving Grounds.
Yeah.
Do you think that it is likely that one of you retains the championship by the end of Proving Grounds?
Of course. I'm not playing this shit to fucking lose. Of course. Like, yeah, no doubt. If it's not me, I really hope it's one of those two, or like one of my teammates, right? One of my old teammates, one of my old friends. No doubt.
Who do you think it's more likely to be, Fire or Winter?
Oh, that's tough, actually. Okay, well, of course Fire, because his team is like, I mean, look at this, right? Like they already made it. Winter still has to fucking play them the last year one, but I'm gonna say Winter. I have faith in him. I really do have faith.
Well, you know
Barrage
what?
is gonna fucking win the last one. They're gonna come back in crazy fashion. They're gonna 3-0 TLA in the first round. It's gonna be crazy. They're gonna. I'm telling you, it's gonna be me versus fucking Barrage in the finals. That's my prediction.
Well, you know what? On the bright side, Barrage, they have had some bad luck. I mean, we think about Cup. They lost to Electricity. They lost to Internet, Giant Slayer. They lost to Bracket or Format and UGP. But guess what?
And Big.
We have access to the groups for NSG. And let me tell you.
We have them now?
We have them. Let me tell you, Barrage got a pretty good draw.
Let me take a look.
They got a pretty good draw.
I feel like these guys, it's literally just them versus themselves. Like, they can beat any team, and then they can lose to any team. Like, I swear. Like, it actually makes no sense to me.
It's them versus...
Like, if you look at these 5 players...
In a way, you're right. In a way, yeah, possibly. But,
okay, so they're on the opposite side to CLG, Mirage, and Maryville, which are, I think, the other 3 top teams.
Yeah.
So if they get a 1 seed, that means that they're probably playing against Maryville or Mirage for going.
Yeah, this is what I'm telling you, man. This format is so confusing.
No. I get it. Okay. So there's 2 groups of 4, and the groups are double limbs. So if you lose twice, you're out of the tournament.
That's good. I'm a super big fan of double limb. Single limb is just the dumbest shit I've ever heard of.
Yeah. So if you win both of your best of 3s, right? If you win both of your best of 3s, or if you win 2 best of 3s, you move on to playoffs. So there's gonna be a 1 seed and a 2 seed from each group. They're gonna play the 1 seed and the 2 seed of the opposite group, right? So for Group A, it's COG Academy, C9 Amateur, Maryville, and Mirage. And then Group B, it's Barrage, Revival, Winthrop, and Supernova. And quite frankly, I don't think those teams can really hang with Barrage.
No way, man. Actually, no fucking way.
Yeah, Revival had roster swaps. They can't. Winthrop, I don't think they can take 2 games. Like, maybe they sneak in 1.
Yeah, it's all BO3, right? Until the finals?
It's all BO3 until the playoffs.
Oh, that's huge.
I think
Wait,
the playoffs...
even the finals of this last year one?
All the playoffs are best of 5s, yeah. All the playoffs are best of 5s, including the 3rd place match, which is going to send the team to Proving Grounds, too. So
yeah,
Maryville...
that one decides a seed.
Dude, Maryville and Mirage actually has got the biggest gift package. The biggest gift. Seriously.
Well, that's like projected strength, too. It could be one of the other teams in that one also. Which would be a big deal.
It could be, but, like, if we look at projected strength, like, if anyone's going to be getting the gift... It might be Barrage for, like, the second chance, like...
Yeah.
What if... Hear me out. What if the third place match is CLG Academy versus Winthrop, and then Winthrop beats them?
CLG. Wait, who's Winthrop? Who's AD?
Saskia.
Oh, that team. Okay, okay. Huh.
Thoughts, Cubby?
No.
No?
Maybe,
Well,
but no.
Because think about it.
Maybe, but no.
Maryville, Mirage, and CLG aren't making it out, all of them, right?
This is true.
Because only 2 of them do.
This is true.
Wait.
So
Winthrop is
then-
the team that just like mind controls the opponent to Jinxar the Baron, right? Like, is that team?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
Oh my god. That ability is 100% bugged, by the way. Like 100%, it just executes the Baron. I'm pretty sure it's just bugged on Baron.
It
Like,
does
like
2K
2K.
1200 damage. Yeah,
It does like way more than
damage.
Smite. It's not even close. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
people never played with Jinx. It's so crazy to me, actually, how this still happens. Like, it's gonna do like some fucking crazy amount of damage, and then it's like 1K. You guys are still hitting. You're seeing the like rocket just fly by your screen. Like, I guess, guys, like, it's that easy. It's actually just that easy. Like, I don't know how this happens. Like, multiple times, not even just one game. Like, you would think like
It's happened
would
like
do,
7 times.
you would think like the jungler's like hitting the Baron, and then you like the first time it happens, he's like, wait, it did like 2K damage. What the fuck? Like, and then he would like learn and like say something different like in the game in the future, but it just kept happening. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Like, I don't understand. I really don't get it.
Yeah.
Yep, that's that team.
Their mid laner is actually pretty decent.
Yeah,
Is
he's
he?
pretty good.
What's his name?
It's
Doxa.
Yeah, I see people. I've never seen this guy play, but I hear a lot of good things about him.
So I think that he's like, my diagnosis on him is that I think he's like being slightly overhyped because he's really good at flashy champions, and
Yeah,
so, like, he just
I think
ends
this is
up
a really
looking
bad
good
meta
in
for him,
wins.
actually.
But like he's like playing LeBlanc, Akali, Echo, and like doing
Right.
pretty well.
And like Silas.
But I'm all like,
yeah, imagine when they're good. Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. That's what
yeah,
I'm saying.
but,
Like,
like,
if the meta was good for those champs, he'd be so good.
but like that's like there's like 2 angles to that, right? Because like there's like the meta. It's like, oh, like, well, if those champs were good, he'd be insane. But also, it's like, well, why aren't you playing the meta things? Are you not able to play them? Which is like,
Yeah,
true.
it can be worked on and developed, but like it's a slight point of concern as well. And
Do you know how old he is?
College, I think he's 18 or 19. Like
Well,
he's young
he
enough where
has-
it's not an issue, right?
He has
Yeah.
an Orianna, but like
No,
feel like-
everyone has an Orianna. I have
like
an
a lot-
Orianna.
I feel like a lot of these kids, like especially new players, they just didn't play the old school champs, so they just like only play the new shit, like the flashy shit. I don't know. I really feel like a lot of the new players like just don't play some of the like the more control magey older champions. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just like an internal thing, but yeah, I swear I never see new players like be really good at like Ori, Azir, Syndra. Like, never see that shit. You know what I mean? I always like whenever I think of it, it's always the older players that are good at those champs. You know, never like it's weird.
Well, that's why the only 2 Zillion players in LCS were Bjergsen
Bjergsen
and Jensen.
And Jensen, yeah.
Nobody else played it.
Yeah.
All right, so Jacob Wolf just tweeted out as we are doing this podcast live, and we did have some news break before this. Unfortunate for SolaFide, they will not be competing in Proving Grounds. But Jacob Wolf just tweeted out, "This seems as good a time, or as good as a time as any." He typoed. "This seems as good a time as any to remind folks I investigated a years-long scam scheme in NA Challengers Series. Oh, hey." And then he tagged all the members of SolaFide. So I'm wondering if Jacob Wolf might be looking into this. Or if he's just saying that because he's trying to be cocky. But
A years-long scam scheme.
it was a previous article he did. He quote retweeted the article and how a teenager would forge checks.
Ah.
Man, how does this happen? So crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, very unfortunate. I know we talked about it like pre-show, but SolaFide, they're not going to compete. The players were not paid by the org. Our heart very much goes out to the players, coaches, friend of the program, Tuesday. Got to talk to Winston, genuinely really nice guy. And sucks for those guys because they worked their asses off on a really, really good team. Now they don't get to compete. So that fucking blows.
Yeah. They were in the top half, too.
Can't imagine like playing. I mean, I guess it's not that much time, but I don't know. I just can't imagine earning the spot and then not being able to play. That fucking sucks.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. So
That's
that
horrible.
was, and hopefully those guys are able to get their due and what they are owed in that way, but it doesn't seem to be the case. And still the struggles that we have with amateur, unfortunately. Yeah, no, it's I don't know. It sucks still sometimes, but
As much as we were joking about like, oh, there's a second wind for like the third place team in NSG. Like honestly, that's pretty bullshit. Like it really should have been SolaFide under like the right
Especially the
circumstances.
players,
Those
like
guys were so good.
it really blows that like we don't get to see the players like play. Like I want to see Zazel play. I want to see Apollo play. I want to see these guys like, especially because it's like BO3 and BO5s. Like I really want to see these guys like. I don't know. They have a lot of experience, and I mean they're definitely not bad, right? So it's just
Zazel and
crazy that
Tuesday were playing really well too.
yeah,
like,
him too, Doka.
specifically.
Like it's just so crazy. I don't get to see this roster play. I was really looking forward to it, like playing.
Yeah,
versus them.
Doka, Apollo were doing their work. Winston was starting to show like more signs of like improvement and playing around Dokla. It was getting better.
Yeah.
It's shitty situation.
It's a real bummer.
Yeah.
Well, I hope we see all 5 of those guys for whatever next thing happens, because like they deserve to be a part of this if they still want to. Like this is just such a terrible situation to go through. Like I don't know, it's the worst.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was like gonna put such a buzzkill on this, but yeah.
Wait, so do you know how it's gonna work? Like what happens with their spot? You know, like who gets it?
There's just a third spot.
NSG is doing a
available
third place
from-
match, which
Yeah.
honestly, viewership.
Oh, I see. Okay. Because only the
Honestly-
top 2 were supposed to make it from that event, right?
Yes.
Yep.
It was gonna be
Gotcha,
the last
gotcha.
chance, and honestly, that's gonna be the
Pretty
most
hype.
hype best of 5 that amateur's seen. All
Yeah,
year.
yeah, for sure.
Like I know that like No Org was like that final like against Zeus like supposed to be like kind of hype, but no, this is gonna be it, dude. There's so much on the table.
The one
It's pretty hype.
yesterday was good too, but you guys already both qualified.
Yeah,
So like that's the
yeah.
difference. Like it was a really good
Yeah.
series for
Oh,
League
I
of
had
Legends.
a blast casting
But
that.
it
like,
didn't
so
change
fun.
much. Yeah, it didn't change much.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
for like implications and everything. Like
Oh, that's
a best of
it's gonna be
5
like the it's gonna be like the third
with
place match last year, where it was Maryville against 100 Thieves next, and then they had to use like the emergency sub
oh yeah.
for Face
Oh.
It. That's the same stakes.
That
Yeah.
was that when. Oh, what's his name, man?
Max stepped in. Max.
Yeah,
Waldo.
yeah, Max Waldo. Yeah. Holy shit, I remember that series.
That was
Damn.
wild.
That
Yeah.
was nuts.
Yeah, that's like.
That was actually insane. But yeah, it was super cool. Yeah, and a lot of those players ended up getting into the scouting grounds and definitely deserved to do so.
Yep.
But yeah, that was actually whack. But
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm really happy they changed the academy format because when I think about academy, like when I played, you really didn't get much BO3 or BO5 practice. Like you would play BO1s the entire season, and then at the end, you play one bad BO3 and then you're out. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm really happy amateur has like and academy now has like so many more BO3s and BO5s. I feel like you improved just so much more in those series than just playing one game. At least when you're only playing 9 games, for sure, you improve more. But
Yeah.
like playing from behind feels like really, it's like a skill, you know, like being down 0-1. You don't really know how your team's gonna react until like you're in that scenario. You know what I mean? Like shit, we're one game from getting kicked out. You see everyone step up. You see if people choke up in those scenarios. You know what you can do better next time. But imagine it's just like this is your only time. Like it's just one BO3. It's like what the fuck, you lose this and then you're just done for the year. It's like yeah, I really like the new format actually. There's more games.
I just wish that there was like more than 9 games for like in your regular season to like the 16
it would be
to get
saved.
there.
Yeah, it'd be so sick if there were just more games.
I mean, if
Yeah,
it was
it's
like
just
even
crazy.
9 best of 3s or like
Yeah, even that's fine. That's like 3 times the games potentially, you know?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
at least double the games. Like that's more than enough, you know? That would be
Well, nobody in amateurs even played best of 1s the whole time. So like
yeah, also that's weird. Like the format, you guys are like not even preparing for each other, even though you guys are kind of this competition, right? Like so
I mean, the Barrage at this point has played
it's
over
been like
s-
70.
it's
Yeah.
over 60 games because it was 59 going into Giant Slayer. Like the fact they've played over 60 games and you guys played 9 and then played more in Giant Slayer and the last phase than you did in the
so
Academy.
crazy to me. That's actually they're like 6 times their games. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Cloud9 is
exactly.
gonna be stuck at 9 until the playoffs apparently, too. So
Oh man.
oh
happening?
god. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Honestly, yeah, I would complain a lot more, but I really do like this academy system over like playing in previous years. Like,
yeah,
like
that's
I like the
that's a
idea
really
of
good
it.
point.
Like for sure, there are like a lot of fine tuning things they can do, but
Yes.
I really like this concept a lot more. Even though there's a lot of problems still.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the concept is there. The execution, like, there are some minor changes that would drastically help, right?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
But yeah, and that's good because like obviously like, and you were in academy, then like went down the amateur, and like you're back in academy now. Like it was a success for you, right? Like having that split down, like having like have more games, and the fact that like you are on the same page, like what a lot of us are saying, like an amateur still, and like even the academy guys like we've talked to like on here, that's good. Yeah, more games, more best of threes is going to help with development.
Yeah, no doubt. I feel bad for the new guys in the split. Like I've had a lot of games to play, but like what happens with like I don't know, you just signed to a team, you're like 17, you're new, and you just play 9 regular season games. You
Yeah.
literally just played 9 games, and then now you're thrown to the wolves, and if you lose, then you potentially like don't even get. It's just like, man, come on, guys. Like,
Yeah.
nothing better than this.
Yeah, like imagine if like players like had like a tough split, Like that's
Yep.
like that was at least like the good thing, right? For like the bottom 4 academy teams, like they kind of get to go prove themselves. It didn't initially look good, like from a fan perspective, to watch Golden Guardians lose to No-Org, but also like No-Org.
That's why they named it the Proving Grounds, Cubby.
I know, but
That's hilarious.
thank you, Smacks.
Yeah.
I thought they were just throwing out. They were that's what the training map's called, right? The old like the when you like go in like the league, like
Oh
the
yeah, that
tutorial.
was right.
The tutorial is called the Proving Grounds.
Oh,
Right, it's the shout out. This is just the
Thornmail
tutorial.
Ash.
Yeah, this is all a simulation.
There you go. Well, I am enjoying it. It's a fun time. I would be
Yeah, so nice.
simulated again. It's good. Good experience. So are you, this is getting like really meta now. So us as like podcast hosts in the simulation, are we like, what would that make us? We're like we're like pretending to observe the simulation from outside the simulation, but we're in the simulation.
Yeah. You guys are
Jesus.
spectating the simulation, but you're aware you're in the simulation.
Yeah. Oh, that's trippy. Oh man. So then,
But then
We're
that
in-
just like it's like 2 negatives. So
We're
yeah,
in
it's
the
been a while
tournament
since I'm in
realm.
school,
Yeah.
but that means you're just not in the simulation though, right?
yeah,
Like,
are we
cancel each
aware?
other out.
Can we leave the simulation because we know that we're in it?
I mean, we all right. Moving
Did
on.
SolaFide exit
Yeah.
the simulation?
I'm not sure.
Did they find out too much?
Yeah. Maybe like I don't know. Maybe they questioned the simulation and then they got removed. So maybe if we question it, we're gonna get removed too.
Ooh.
Holy
Ooh.
shit! They know something we don't.
Yeah. You know what? Let's get right back to the simulation. Hold on one second. I know exactly what we should do. This podcast with Evil Geniuses Academy Shoryu is brought to you by the sponsors of Evil Geniuses: Monster, Bud Light, Ultra Gear, Secret Lab, Razer, Twitch, and Absolute.
Beautiful.
And
knew
we're right
those
back.
all off the top of my head. So thanks so much.
Me
for covering
too.
that for me. Yep.
I definitely was not reading the script.
Yeah, no doubt.
Shout out to Kelsey for sending me that.
We actually
Oh,
had
man.
those prepped for Giant Slayer when it was the you guys versus EGP. Because
Yeah.
Yeah, but then-
we're like, all right, how do we squeeze these in like a funny manner? When you think about it.
You gotta cleverly insert them into like a pun filled call. Like he Shoryu is an absolute monster. Hmm?
Oh no. That's a,
Mm?
oh no.
You did go 15-2 today. I would say that's an absolute monster. Honestly,
little
that'd be a
touch-
great tweet from Evil Geniuses. Like, just tag them both. Well, I have like a headshot of like Shoryu with like the 2 brands, like a score line for like the game. Shoryu
Oh,
was
let's
our absolute monster of the week. Bring in
Oh,
brands
that'd be
together.
good.
Shoryu's
Yeah,
mechanics.
monster of the week or something. I don't know. Like that should be a thing, no? Like
Yeah.
monster of the week. I don't know,
Yeah.
something. Yeah, for sure.
Shoryu's mechanics are razor sharp.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. That's
And-
good.
okay.
He must have been forged in a secret lab
Ooh.
because his
Yeah, that's a copy pasta. I can see it already.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think Bud Light might be the hardest one.
Oh yeah, absolute monster. Imagine if it was like an absolute sponsor. Holy shit. That's
Yeah,
You see, Smacks. That's why we have the Bud Light Ace. It's easy.
there it is. We're down the rabbit hole yet again. See, right back where the simulation wanted us to be.
Wait, is that
All
real?
right.
Are we sponsored by Absolute? That's alcohol, no? That's like vodka or something.
Yeah, that
think
would be
so.
Absolute Vodka.
That's our
Well,
sponsor.
you
Then?
got Bud Light too, so
Yeah. I don't think you can be
Interesting.
Bud Light and Absolute, right? That sounds like
Maybe.
competitors.
I mean, Bud Light.
that's just
doesn't-
the list that I was sent.
Budweiser doesn't make vodkas, do they?
Oh, I guess maybe like beer and liquor is something different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
There you go. They're not competing after all.
Yeah.
In fact, they're in a nice union, and it's called Evil Geniuses. So there it is.
Exactly.
The first time they entered the Bud Light released a vodka seltzer. It's the only vodka product they have, which probably doesn't compete with Absolute yet. So you're good. You're in the
Yeah.
clear.
All right. I'm actually curious, Shoryu, like how has it been being a part of the Evil Geniuses org when you compare it to like other things that you've done in the past?
Oh man, it's so big. Like, I'm still remote, so I don't get to abuse many of the privileges. I'm sure a lot of my teammates can, but just having this coaching staff is just enough. Like, I don't need any other combinations. Like, just our coaching staff, I feel like is so good. Everyone just knows the game so well. I also get to play, or like my coach is also, someone I have an extensive past with, Matt. So it's just I feel really comfortable and really just cared for on this org, honestly. Like, and also I just feel like there's so many tools and so many brains I could pick just for knowledge, from Kelsey to Matt to Peter to Artemis to even if I want some bot lane stuff, I can talk to Bash. Like, it's really so big being on EG. So I'm just so grateful I signed to them, honestly. Like this team is too good. This org is too good.
Yeah. It's been really fun to watch you guys. Like all three of the teams have been awesome to watch and everything. Just dipping into like the amateur scene in general is always gonna make me and Cubby interested. That's why we were all invested in the 100
Yeah.
next stuff. So
Actually,
it's been really cool.
taking that a step further too, because
Are they any good, by the way? Sorry,
no.
100
Oh, the
next?
100 next team.
Yeah.
They barely missed the cutoff for the tier
They're-
ones. They were really close.
They lost a tiebreaker, which was like amidst like the 3 events, and it was 3
to
teams.
the Dignitas Mirage team.
But
So I guess-
their average age is like sub 18. They're so young.
Holy crap.
Yeah, like
Yeah, none of the players play from when I played for some, right? was there?
the only one would be Young, who would have
Um,
been the mid laner for
Yeah, Young was
Radiance.
on Radiance.
Wait, did he? No, but he didn't play on that team before, right? When I
No,
played?
no. Yeah,
Okay.
it's 5 new guys.
Yeah, those guys are fucking annoying to play versus when I played. So
Yeah, they got Young on Radiance. Asilian, who's now Instinct, is their AD.
Yeah, he was on
Who was
Mirage,
on
so
Mirage.
you would have played against him too.
wait, did he play?
He's
He
16.
played with Mist, no? He played like Ezreal
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
Okay. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, he's 16. Busio swapped to
That's the
a
mid laner. Yeah,
support.
that's mid laner.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they've got Goo and Cozy. Goo's their jungler, and then Cozy's their top
Gotcha,
laner.
gotcha.
And they're like everyone's so young. I think Goo's
Yep.
17, and then Cozy's 18. So yeah, we'll see. Like in the summer, like there's no question that like the guys on those teams like have mechanics, but they're just. I mean, you're going up against Apollo Zazel. You're, in 5
Yeah,
setting,
what can you
you
do?
don't have much of a shot.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll
there's no
see.
chance.
But the
Yeah.
interesting part for like getting back like to like you and EG actually, because the cool thing about like what EG did this year is that you, Tony Top, and Tomio were all on Team Infernal actually for Scouting Grounds, right?
Yeah, actually.
And
yeah.
yeah, they worked like that's like when they initially worked with you. I remember Peter Dunn put out like a joke tweet like Scouting Grounds is just too easy if you get to like let me draft the players, right? Like he like ended up like picking up all you guys. What was that relationship like at Scouting Grounds and like kind of getting into EG as well? Like is that something like on like that experience there, like was that enough for you to be like I want to like be on EG, or like were they like really looking at like all the guys on Team Infernal, or like what was that like being on that team?
I'm not too sure if they were looking at everyone on Team Inferno. Who are my
Yeah.
teammates? Who was it? Tony,
You also had
Romeo,
Copy and you had
Copy,
Shady.
and Shady. Yeah, man, my teammates are fucking good for that event. I don't know, like compared
Yeah.
to every
Yeah,
other
you
team.
guys.
Holy shit!
There's a reason
I
you
don't know
guys were
how. I don't
wrecking.
know what happened in the draft. By the way, I don't know how some of those teams were made, but it's not my job, I guess. But
Peter Dunn was asking the
um,
same thing, man.
yeah, I don't know what games these guys are looking at, but not the right ones, that's for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I just remember like at the start of the event, just trying to. Yeah, I remember I took a break before the event. I started playing maybe a week and a half before. I went to the event, just trying to lead every game and focus on my individual play. Played pretty good, and when it came to the like one-on-ones with all the head coaches, Peter told me he was very interested in me and that he's looking forward to seeing me continue to play. And yeah, I mean, hearing those words definitely made me try a little harder and really step up the pace and try to show off. And yeah, I mean, I had some strong showings. Didn't win in the end, but I could have if I played a bit better, honestly. But it's not a big deal. It's a very low stakes loss, and yeah, I'm just glad that EG was able to see some of the potential I think I can bring out. So yeah, like during pretty much the whole event, I was talking to Peter, and he was he's helping me out a lot with game stuff because he was also one of like our team coaches because we have like 3 teams or something. So
Yep.
Yeah, he helped me out with a lot of lane stuff and just a lot of comm stuff, especially. Yeah, Peter's huge. Peter, man, this guy is too smart. It's actually I've never felt
He's
so
so
stupid when I was talking to him. This guy is just knows too much League actually, and he's also like just so willing to help anyone, like from amateur players to like literally doesn't matter. He just wants to pass his knowledge and see. I really feel like he genuinely wants to see NA just flourish, and yeah, I just can't wait after 2 or 3 years just to see how NA looks with Peter and Perks and the influence of these guys. I just really can't wait to see how strong we are in a few years.
Yeah, Peter has been so awesome just in the scene in general. I got to listen to his Hotline League episode the other night.
Yeah, I watched it too.
Yeah, a lot of that was like, what do you think is going to happen in the LCS whatever mid-season, whatever they're calling it. So I was like, man. But just listening to him talk in general is just so sick. He's so good. Like
he has a way with words too. I don't know how to explain it. Like I don't know. He you can tell he really understands the content he's explaining. Like thoroughly. You know what I mean? Like I've had a lot of coaches and yeah, I've just never heard someone so genuine and just know so much. Like it's just so crazy to me.
I gotta say, before this year and like the off season and everything, I wasn't really like that big a fan of Evil Geniuses as a brand. But then like seeing him on the squad and Kelsey and investing in an amateur team and looking at like who you guys even have on the academy team too, like it's been so awesome. Like you can genuinely tell that they brought in a bunch of people that all care so deeply about like the scene and like development and everything, and you can see it in the way that like the games are going and everything. You guys are genuinely improving. It's been so awesome to watch like your team and the amateur team. I'm not super invested in LCS for this split. I've got to watch 2 fucking other leagues.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Honestly, that right there though is like the craziest part about Peter Dunn is that he watches every league. Like it's
oh my god, yeah, I know.
Like no, this guy like starts working at like 9 a.m. and then he stops working at like 11 a.m. like or 11 p.m. This guy literally works all day. This guy watches he watches VOD. Like it's so crazy. Like just hearing this guy's like timeline, of his day, like. And hearing that as a player makes me want to work just so much fucking harder too, right? It makes me want to try my ass off. Like if my coach is doing this, I never had a coach like work harder than me. You know what I mean? Never in my life. It's like it's so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like it really makes me as a player want to just fucking push myself and see how good I can get. Because clearly, if he's investing time into us as a team, into me as a player, like, I mean, it just makes me feel obligated, to really show up. So yeah, having this guy around is just the craziest like like aura, like the biggest buff. It's crazy having him around.
I'm actually curious what you think about the sort of like different change that the coaching in NA has taken recently. Because we're seeing, especially this year, but a lot just like in recent years in general, the coaches for a lot of the NA teams, like LCS and Academy, are former pro players.
Yep.
And some of them are casters too, like Spawn and Jat are the coaches for Team Liquid. And even Raz last year was the coach for Golden Guardians. So what is that sort of been like for you as having Matt this year, and even like last year on Anu, you had Zig as the coach too, and
Yep.
now
Yeah.
Stut is with them also. How has having like former pro players been for you on the coaching staff in general?
It's a lot easier for me because I feel like when you work with coaches that maybe weren't players before, it's kind of a coin flip. Like either they worked really hard to get here and they really did their research and they get the game and they can give you pretty good criticism, or they're just complete fucking bots and they're just the most useless, like just unbelievably useless. Like yeah, having ex players kind of reduces that risk very, very heavily because there's a lot of things as a player that you kind of pick up from, my role on the team to my mid laner's role on the team. And it even gets more specific. Like, well, when my top laner is playing Jace, we should play like this. And you kind of just pick up a lot of passive things from just being a player that coaches kind of have to work a little harder for if you weren't a previous player, and you kind of have to spend time on your own picking these things up from watching VODs, from being in team environments, just from working harder, honestly. And yeah, a lot of the edge a lot of ex player coach, like turn coaches have, is just being able to kind of know why your team's failing and kind of have a good troubleshooting method, because as a player you had to do this or you look like shit and your future will not be in a very good place. So yeah, I think it's a lot easier for players to turn coach than the average guy that just wants to be an upcoming coach. But yeah, I've only worked with two of them, Zig and Matt, and I am super fucking fortunate because Zig really knew what he's talking about, and so does Matt, right? I played with him for a little bit, so yeah, Matt's just so fucking helpful. It's crazy because he's also somebody that's been. Actually, Zig has too. Like they've both been in LCS. They both been on so many teams with so many different rosters. They've literally seen everything. At this point, maybe 6 or 7 years. I'm sure that they've had like the full esports experience as a player. So naturally, they, with all that wisdom and with all the knowledge they gain, they can definitely have a very impactful role on teams as coach. And they are, right. I'm watching Matt do this every day with my team. I watch Zig do it every day with you. They're pretty successful, looks like. Yeah, Moon too, right? He's a coach for CLG, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like so many.
And
so many
Benji, I think, is there too.
Yeah. He's the CLGA, everyone, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a lot safer of a decision if I'm a manager trying to sign a coach, to sign an next player, because the odds of them just having to know these things and pick them up throughout the years of playing are just a lot higher, for sure.
Matt was literally in breaking point, so
yeah, he was
he's seen the lows. That's for
one
sure.
game away from going to Worlds, actually.
Man. Oh,
one Bard ult away.
One Bard ult away.
That's a funny story he always tells me. Like, they were 2-0 up versus CLG, I think, right?
LMQ.
No, that was Dom's era, no?
Oh, that was Curse.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, you were right.
And
right.
Just
CLG.
one Bard ult would have won the series, actually. Like, that's so sad, actually. I can't imagine. Just being up 2-0, just click this button at the right time, and your career's different, But
No.
how the cookie crumbles sometimes, right?
Well, he had to do that because now he's coaching you.
True. Everything for a greater purpose, right? Yeah. Also, in competition, I've learned, man. Like, sometimes you zig when you should have zagged, and then your year's over because of that, right? Like,
yeah.
No matter how good you are, like sometimes you just wrong thing happens.
And you already brought it up too, like the fact that now in the academy and the amateur split, like there's so many different things going on, and it's
Yeah.
not just like one best of and you're done. It's been really really cool because like today I was casting the Arena of Legends, and I was like, man, I got into the game one, and I was like, these academy teams sure are like playing really stiff. They don't want to lose. They're just like sitting there doing nothing. And then I was like, it's best of 3. Start
And these guys
doing
haven't played in a
stuff.
while. Like for sure, like we're
Yeah.
more proactive, literally just because we're warmed up. I don't think it's because like we're
Right.
that much better than every team. I do think we're better than every team, but I don't think that's why like these guys are just choking up and so stiff. You know what I mean? It's literally
Yeah.
they've been playing scrims, the most low stress games for the last 3 weeks. Now they're
Yeah.
in like not even stressful games, by the way, but they're like in games that kind of matter and people will watch. Of course, they're not going to play good. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, it's
If
just
it's
so
a
crazy.
tournament and people are watching, then like it's gonna change what you think.
Yeah, for
about
sure.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people freeze up on stage all the time, like stage games. You
For
feel
sure.
it too as a player. Like, holy shit. Sometimes you verse a guy in scrims and you're like, damn, this guy pressures me for every CS. He's fucking good. And then you play the same guy on stage and it just you took nameplates off. It looks like a completely different player, you know. So
That's
Yeah.
that's interesting, and actually going to be funny to see as LCS and LEC are both going back to studio for playoffs.
oh, that's hype, man. That's hype.
Yeah.
I can't wait for COVID. I really can't wait for COVID to end, man. Like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been a long year, but it's good that the first steps are being taken, and those players get to feel it on stage. Like you,
maybe I'm just ignorant, but like, couldn't they do this for regular season? Can't they like COVID swab everyone? Don't they do this for sports? Like, I don't know. Maybe
yeah,
I'm just ignorant.
they could. They like it's a big expense, but like sports do it. Like they probably could, but you can also
Yeah.
play it from home, and it's like for a viewer going from. You don't see as a viewer going from like 5 to 20 ping usually.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, at least for playoffs, man, you got the little bit more pressure coming in for these guys. A little bit of a cooker. They gotta find those
true.
big wins. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, a lot. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Like some of these players too, like the newer ones, they probably have never played on stage. So like, this is just online games. Like,
Yeah.
it just feels so chill for them. You know what I mean? Now they're gonna have to, like, they're gonna have to show
Dude.
up on stage.
Today was literally NXI's first best of 3.
Yeah, that's so fucking crazy to me, actually. Like,
It's funny because he only played best of 5s when he steps into 100
Yeah.
teams next. Yeah.
oh,
Today
that's
was,
true. Yeah.
Today
Holy
was
fuck.
literally his first best of 3 series in a
Wow.
competitive team.
Yeah, what
So nuts.
garbage.
But yeah, let alone stage games. Like a lot of it's gonna be like that. Like even people on your team, right? I know.
Yeah, I got a lot of younger players on my team.
I think Tony has been to live events, but
Maybe. Not sure.
I think he did that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I
I
think
think
Mirage.
he was a sub, right? He was a sub for some team.
I think because he was on Mirage. Actually, was he on for when they did live events, Cubby?
Yeah. I
was?
actually don't know. They might have had Dragoon at that point.
I don't know. Well, either way, JoJo hasn't. So it's like that's definitely a new thing for your team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how my guys like play
For
on
sure.
stage. Yeah, like
I have-
it's genuinely something you never know your teammates when you before you play on stage. Like sometimes it takes a lot more getting used to for some players, and they
Yeah.
really need to get their intel on stage and just feel comfortable, right? And the truth is, it's very easy to not feel comfortable when you get on stage, you peripheral check, you're nervous as fuck the whole time. You go and pick ban, you're still probably nervous as fuck, and then oh shit, I'm in game and there are people watching. Yeah, like it's super natural, I think, and yeah, I mean with more exposure, I mean it'll go away, I'm sure, for a lot of these guys.
I have a very important question for you.
I'm talking to next.
I'd laugh because I know it's not going to be important, but
Cubby's laughing because whenever I say that, it's never important, but it's actually very important. Okay, so in taking notes on your team history and things today in preparation for this podcast, I stumbled upon something that I find rather disturbing.
Oh man.
On your team, Evil Geniuses Academy, you have a player in your bot lane pairing. He is your support.
Okay.
And when you go to his Leaguepedia page, you will find that under the name pronunciation section,
Yeah.
there are 2 name pronunciations. One of them is from Rafa, in
does
which
them all.
he says clear as day, Mystiques. The second one, which was added after the fact,
Oh, yeah.
is from the player, and he says Mystiquous.
Yeah. I heard him say that once. That I think he said that it's supposed to be called that, but he just said fuck it at some point because everyone just said Mystique. So like the X-Men character. You know what I mean? That's how I think, right? Like I'm like, yeah, I say Mystique still too. I never say whatever he said. Yeah, I don't say that.
Okay, I needed to know if that's actually like what
No,
it's
I'm
supposed to
pretty
be.
sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be that, but
Oh,
just
that's
like throughout the
amazing.
years, like so many people said Mystique, so he's just like, fuck it, I'm not even gonna bother like fighting it. But to be fair,
That's
like
so
the spelling
funny.
is literally like the X-Men character, no? Like it's literally the same
Yeah.
thing, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
it's even better because he himself voiced it. Like he went onto the page.
It's
He's
really
like,
funny.
"Fuck this, I'm doing it." Mystiquous. Like,
Oh,
look
he
at
did
it.
that?
It's
yeah.
him.
Yeah, it's really
his
funny.
voice.
It's
Wait,
really
you can
funny.
do that? Oh my god.
You can,
I'm just a boomer. It's crazy. You can just change it. I can just.
dude.
Wow.
It's
That's
amazing.
That's hilarious. That's so funny, actually. Holy shit.
I know, and
Oh
I
my
told
God.
this to Rafa, and he's like, "I got it wrong." No.
I mean, that's not
Oh,
fun.
it was so funny.
That's so funny, actually.
Yeah. So everyone's been saying it wrong, and he literally told us the right way all this time. But
That's
all right.
hilarious.
Well,
Us
I
casters are
needed
just
to
too
know.
lazy. That's the real thing. We just
Yeah,
don't
just call.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Dude,
even know how to pronounce that.
I had to switch over and say Babip today instead of Babip, even
Oh,
though
is that how it's
Babip sounds.
pronounced? I just say Babip.
Yeah, apparently.
Wow, I say
Babip.
Babip. Oh my god.
It's Babip.
Apparently it's Babip. And
Babip.
I thought it was Babip this whole time. And I think that sounds
his
way
solo
better.
queue account name is Babip, and it's really funny. I just hear like beep beep,
Yeah.
like every time, like Roadrunner. He's like playing Lilia, just like goes through your lane, takes a
Yeah,
creep.
actually. Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm crazy. I can't even blame him. There are some people out there who think that my name is S-Max, and to those people, I
Yo,
say, why do you think that?
Do you have like any reading comprehension skills? Like
That's
how,
what I'm saying. Thank
In
you.
what world do you
Shoryu.
see a capital S-M-A-X and then you don't think it's a name? Like
I mean,
I don't know.
I
Maybe I've been out of school for too long. I don't know. Maybe they teach kids new shit nowadays. I don't fucking know.
I just
Who
did
knows?
an entire best of 5 where I had to pronounce Y-U-N in 2 different ways because it's Jojo Pyun and then Yunbi.
And then Yunbi.
So
Yeah.
this is
Oh,
where
yeah.
some of the comprehension
both
issues
mids.
arise. There are some
Oh,
issues
man.
with
Oh.
IGNs and pronunciation. But if a player says like, "Oh, I want to pronounce like this," usually I'm just like, "Well, then spell it better." So Mystiques,
Yeah, honestly.
I'm sorry.
You know, Riot, like before you're a pro player, they tell you like, hey, can you write an abbreviation of how to spell it? Like I have to write Shore and then you. Like,
Yep.
do they not have this? Do people not have the same conversation I have with Riot? I don't know. Like, I'm not
No,
sure.
no, they do. I mean, I got
Yeah.
our good friend Kangas had to change his original caster name because it was Sir
Wow.
Buttkick.
hilarious.
So yeah, and Riot told him was like, "Yeah, you can't go on air with that." He's like, "Damn it." It's like,
That's so funny, actually.
Kangas was born.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, he casted when
Well-
I played too, right? Kangas cast?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He casted Academy for the regular split.
Yeah,
He's
Oh,
good
really?
at what
He's
he
gonna
does,
be
yeah.
on the Northern Arena tournament too. Should be fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many good amateur casters, man. Wow. Like, I don't know. The year I played, I honestly didn't really look at amateur before that, but man, you like the talent on the caster desk is. I feel way more engaged than LCS. I'm gonna be honest. But
yes.
We try.
Keep
We
I'm
talk to the people, so
photosynthesizing
that
in
helps. Yeah.
all the compliments for my ego. Keep going.
not
Smash
really,
is
just
absorbing
enjoyable.
them. No, we appreciate them,
man.
man, and
Give
we
it SMH
appreciate
energy.
to talk with you too for like 70 minutes. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. As Kevin mentioned, it's been a longer show this time. If you've got any like last things that you want to get out before we close, I think we're gonna be done here pretty soon. But you have any like shout outs or anything you want to promote Your Twitter is already on the screen, I believe. So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one's
my
there.
my Twitter is twitter.com/ShoryuLOL. And just thanks, honestly, for you guys for having me on the podcast, and also to anyone that's been watching my games. I really didn't. I wasn't mentally prepared at the start of this, but honestly, and I really let myself down with my performances. And yeah, anyone that's been watching, thanks so much for sticking it out, and I'll make sure to have a lot more stronger showings going forward.
More 15 kill Kaisa games.
Oh, I must every game.
Yeah,
That's
that's
kingdom.
what you're hearing for sure. You.
Yes, sir. Every game.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, thanks for coming on. I'm glad that we were able to get this done and catch up with you. It's been fun, and it was fun getting to see you guys perform again for Giant Slayer and now for Northern Arena, and then hopefully for Proving Grounds as well. It's going to be a pretty hyped tournament.
Yeah, I love what they've done to the system, and I don't know. It's been a while since I've competed at a higher level, so it just feels good, honestly. It feels good to be back, and I'm going to go a lot further this time.
Yeah, it's going to be some high-level best of 3s and 5s. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Dude, it feels so good to have you back. It's been very great watching your team play. Like you and Tony, we
so much. It's crazy.
I've been missing casting you guys.
Also, JoJo is like, is he 16 still?
Dude, he's literally 16 years old. You know how crazy this is to me? This guy's 16. What
yeah, that guy's really, really freaking good.
Yeah.
For being 16, like wow.
I just can't imagine 2 or 3 years of Peter just telling him, just teaching him stuff. Man, this guy.
A humanoid V2.
Guys, the next Bjergsen, actually, it's so crazy. Like he talks so much for a rookie, by the way. Like it's actually crazy how much this guy shot calls in our games. It's actually, I've never seen this in my life.
That's awesome.
Boy, the legend of JoJo Pyun starts.
Yeah, never seen this in my life. Actually, this player, like someone like him, never actually.
He's amazing. It's been really fun watching you guys play and get better, especially. That's been the best part. I've already gushed over EG for a while, but I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna do it tomorrow too when we talk about you guys on the stream. So
that's true.
It's gonna be great.
Fun.
Speaking of, if you guys didn't know, Shoryu will be playing tomorrow. And I don't know when this is gonna go up, but Friday the 19th. The Evil Genius Academy will be on stream. So, and that's against FlyQuest, I believe.
Yep, play Fly.
There you go. So that's going to be a really good matchup. Definitely be sure to watch that. Twitch.tv/Northern Arena is the channel where you can find that. Going to be a great time. You can see my beautiful face. And I think Cubby's face will be there too, which is also beautiful.
Oh.
No,
is that true?
Really not. Well, half of it's true. I'll be there, but yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, thank you so much for being on the show, Shoryu. It's been really, really fun catching up with you. And thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. If you got this far, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. Sorry that it took so long to get this one out. Cubby and I have been doing a lot of stuff, and we still got a lot of stuff coming. So get ready for that. Still more Northern Arena stuff. The NSG is going to be great. So definitely tune into that one. And then the main Proving Grounds event in April is going to be another amazing tournament. So definitely tune into all of those. And if you want to tune into more of our stuff, you can check us out at Proving Grounds Pod on Spotify and YouTube and Twitch and Anchor and Google and
you're good.
Apple.
You got them all. Apple, that's the big one. All right, never mind.
There it is. Yeah.
I would have missed.
So check us out on all that. You can check us out on Twitter at pgroundspod. And we'll see you next time. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. Also, we will be back with another episode on Thursday. That is a Smacks promise. So you can hold me to that. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.